Good afternoon, this is Major Simpson, and I wanted to go over some of the expectations you have as RBHS at-home cadets. I want you to consider yourselves on a deployed status. What that means is your duties and expectations do not change simply because you are not here. And we'll have leadership in place here at the school, but they are considered on a status here in a garrison type environment. In other words, we will have here in each class acting company commanders, acting first sergeants, that type of thing. But those in company command positions, those in first sergeant positions, those have not changed. The expectations for you to maintain contact with your cadets have not changed. Ensure that you are talking to your battalion level leadership, your company level leadership, whoever's within the chain of command. Use the chain of command. It remains in place. You have tools you've been using up until now. Continue using those. Such things as the group chat, other types of social media interaction that allows you to maintain contact with those on your left and your right, whether they're here in school with you or in different homes. You can still maintain contact, still make sure folks are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Now, Canvas is the tool we are supposed to use and will use for school throughout the year. What that means is the Google Classroom we used to use is being supplanted by Canvas. That doesn't mean that we stop using Google at all. You'll see, use Google Forms, and those are simply linked and tied to Canvas. Other tools that we're going to continue to use include cadetportfolio.com and Conover Online. A new addition is Smart Cadet. One of the things we're doing is we're getting rid of all of the textbooks that we had here because they've all been updated and they're all now online. In the references section, I have those available. Make sure that you log in to complete week 1 assignments. What's Canvas look like? Looks like this. We have up to 3 JRTC related Canvas classes. The one on the left that you see there is the one I put in. It's accessible to all cadets, regardless of what LET level they are and whether they're at home or whatever. Anyone can go to this and see it. And I'm going to open this up so you can actually see the tools that are in there. The one in the middle is more the class that you'll be in. So, for instance, the one you see there are my LET 3s in my first block. So that's the screen they would see. Depending on what class you're in, you will see a different screen, but it will look very similar. You have assignments in there as well, and I'll go over some of those. Finally, we have the skinny block, which is the one on the right. We call this Success Skills Through Service Learning. Each one of the 2 on the right will have different types of curriculum assigned to them. So make sure you read the syllabus carefully on each one, and then take the quiz at the end. They'll tell us whether or not you were paying attention. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get out of this and go to the dashboard. Now, this is my dashboard, and you can see I got some things I got to grade and figure out how to do. But let's look first off at a class. Let's say we're in this class. If we click this, then now we have things that we have to do. The Privacy Act statement, so we click that, make sure we read that. Same here, same here. And then there's a check on learning here. Once you've done this, you're good for week 1. Week 2 waits until next week. Now we'll go back to the dashboard and we'll look at success skills for service learning. All right, it's very similar. Now look, if you already had another class, there's no need to do these twice. These are done. All you got to do is put in there that you did it. You put in there, did the assignment, done, whatever fits the bill. And then when we come down here, this syllabus is a little bit different. So we'll just click on it so you can see what that looks like. I open it up. It opens up so you can read the whole thing. You can print it off if you want to. It's all in there. But this syllabus is a little bit shorter and to the point than the other syllabus because it's based off of the skinny block service learning piece. An easy one if you're paying attention to this video, my aim is to try to have at least 2 service learning projects per year, per school year. Now we'll go back to the dashboard. Finally, I have this piece, which is for everybody. Read through this. It tells you click modules. And if you try to click this, ain't nothing going to happen. You got to actually come over and click modules. Then This is something that Sergeant Clark put together called Things to Do. Read through this and do what it asks you to do. Okay? You got Class Link, you got Smart Cadet, Cadet Portfolio, and then I'm going to give you later on Conover so that you can make sure you're still signed on to Conover. A lot of online tools. I would recommend that you use the same password that you use for Canvas for everything. Then it's easier to remember passwords. If you lose your password, you all have my email address. It's in the syllabus. Just send me an email. Hey, I lost my password. Can you help me out? I'll reset it for you if I'm capable of doing so for whatever that thing is. We go back to home. We go back to modules. And then I've got down here upcoming events. So you can check out these things if you're considering a military service academy. There's information on this for a 22nd of August event. It'll be a dial-in thing. It's not something you actually have to go to. Commanders and staff have their own sections here. Raiders and Rifle has this. And I have some more work to do on the marksmanship. That's why it's locked right now. I want to make sure the information is accurate. And then down here I have a reference, including the upcoming school calendar of events, based off of what Hamilton County has published. Like everything, this is subject to change. This may or may not take place the way that you see it here, but it's a good planning tool, and that's why I included it here. Go back to modules, and that pretty much does it, but we will keep adding stuff in here, including information about uniforms. Yes, everyone's supposed to be issued uniform, even cadets who are at home. And I know some cadets have changed sizes over the summer, maybe got a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller in some cases, and so you may need uniform change out. Well, that's what this information will have. And then there's a calendar that you all have access to on the left, including the upcoming meeting on the 17th. I got a parent conference. Look, it's right there. All the information you need about the conference is right here. I have started the conference at 18:30 on that particular day that you see there, the 17th of August, which is next Monday, so that the parents can dial in. Now, if they want to come here, I will be here. They can come and meet me. I have no issue with that. I'll be here ready to meet them at 1800 hours or 6 p.m. for those of you that still want to think in a 12-hour time span. We'll close that out. Now, if we go further into, you'll notice I've already put my marksmanship information in there. We're going to do marksmanship. We're going to do events. The only events that are not going to be competitively done is Raider. More to follow on that. That's all I've got now for my home-schooled folks. You are still part of my battalion. I still expect great things out of you. I still expect interaction now. We are going to try to get 2 to 3 events after school a month, depending on what we can do, to try to get as much of the battalion together as possible within the constraints and limitations that are imposed upon us. That's all I have. If you have any questions for me, please don't hesitate to email me with your questions, and I'll do what I can to answer them. And your chain of command may be able to answer questions without having to contact me directly. All right, have a blessed day.